In the days when Israel had no king, the people turned from God, and he allowed the Philistines to rule over them for 40 years. But God had a plan. He would raise up a deliverer. In Zorah, an angel appeared to a barren woman, saying, "You will bear a son. He must never drink wine, eat unclean food, or cut his hair. He will be a Nazirite, dedicated to God, and will begin to rescue Israel." She gave birth to Samson, and as he grew, God's Spirit empowered him with great strength. But though strong in body, Samson often followed his impulses. He once saw a Philistine woman in Timnah and told his parents, "Get her for me. She pleases me." Despite their concerns, they agreed. On the way, a lion attacked Samson. Filled with the Spirit of the Lord, he tore it apart with his bare hands. Later, he found honey in the lion's carcass and ate it. At the wedding feast, Samson challenged 30 Philistine guests with a riddle. Out of the eater came something to eat. Out of the strong came something sweet. They had 7 days to solve it or owe him 30 garments. Unable to answer, they pressured his bride to extract the answer from him. She pleaded until he gave in. She told them, and they answered correctly. Angry, Samson said, "If you had not plowed with my heifer, you wouldn't have solved it." He went to another town, killed 30 men, and gave their garments to settle the wager. When he returned later, he discovered his wife had been given to another man. In revenge, he caught 300 foxes, tied torches to their tails, and set them loose in the Philistines' fields. Their crops were destroyed in retaliation. The Philistines burned his wife and her father. Samson struck them down and then hid in a cave. The Philistines came to Judah looking for him. To avoid conflict, 3,000 men of Judah found Samson and tied him up. But when they handed him over, the Spirit of the Lord came on him again. The ropes snapped, and with a donkey's jawbone, he struck down 1,000 Philistines. After the battle, Samson cried out, "Will I now die of thirst?" God provided water from a hollow rock, reviving him. Samson judged Israel for 20 years. Though a national hero, his weakness for women remained. One night, he visited a prostitute in Gaza. The Philistines planned to ambush him at dawn, but Samson left at midnight, tearing the city gates off and carrying them to a hill. Later, he fell in love with a woman named Delilah. The Philistine leaders offered her silver to discover the source of his strength. 3 times she asked, and 3 times Samson lied. Fresh bowstrings, new ropes, woven hair, but each time, he broke free. Tired of her nagging, he finally revealed the truth. "My strength lies in my uncut hair. I've been a Nazirite to God since birth." Delilah knew he had told her the truth. While Samson slept on her lap, a man shaved his hair. She shouted, "Samson, the Philistines are upon you." He rose to fight, but didn't know the Lord had left him. The Philistines seized him, gouged out his eyes, and took him to Gaza. There, blind and in chains, he was forced to grind grain in prison. But his hair began to grow again. One day, during a great festival to their god Dagon, the Philistines brought Samson out to entertain them. Thousands gathered in the temple. Samson asked the servant to place him between the 2 main pillars. Then he prayed, "Lord, remember me. Strengthen me just once more." He pushed with all his might, and the temple collapsed, killing him and thousands of Philistines. In his death, Samson destroyed more enemies than he had in life. His family took his body and buried him in his father's tomb. He had judged Israel for 20 years. Samson's life was filled with power, mistakes, victories, and failures. He was chosen by God, but often ruled by desire. Yet even in his weakness, God's purpose stood firm. Samson's story reminds us that God can still use imperfect people. Even after failure, when we turn back to him, he gives strength for one more victory.
Thanks for watching. If this video inspired or blessed you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Your support helps us bring more Bible stories to life and share God's love with the world. Hit the notification bell so you never miss a new episode.